Hey, speaking of the Browns quarterback room, the Browns quarterback room is also the Pittsburgh quarterback room because Kenny Pickett. Let's talk about that first because Kenny Pickett thought he had some pull. Let's walk this back, man. Let's walk this back for those of us who don't know. So the Pittsburgh Steelers go out. They sign Russell Wilson, right? $1.2 million. It's a competition, but Mike Tomlin, to his credit, according to all reports, kept it real with Kenny and said, yeah, dog, we brought in Russ. Like, you probably not started. Like, let's just keep it 100 there. You're not starting. And then also, if you Kenny Pickett, dog, you got benched for Mason Rudolph. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? No, okay.
Hold on. Hold on. Also got benched for Mitchell Trubisky. Let's not leave that out.
Well, he got hurt and Mitchell Trubisky came in. Listen, I think there's no way that they had a healthy Kenny Pickett. It was like, yeah, let's just roll with Mitchell Trubisky. I don't like Kenny Pickett as a prospect. I don't like him that much. Like, I think that they if all things were equal, they would have went with Kenny Pickett. Definitely. But all it took for them to say, nah, dog, you can sit the bench, is Mason Rudolph having a hot couple days. That's it. 2 good days for Mason Rudolph was enough for them to be like, yeah. And I think that was a sobering moment. When Pittsburgh, when that staff, when they had that meeting, they were unwilling to pull out Mason Rudolph. You know all them lies you tell yourself about a quarterback you draft in the first round? Oh, it can still work. They weren't that bad. This and that. Yeah. But when you get to the point of like, hey, man, this is nothing about Kenny Pickett. Mason Rudolph's just hot right now. You got to realize that ain't the man. Right? Like, at that point, like, if we get to a point during this season, mark my words, where Jameis comes in and throws the ball hot for a couple times, and I'm sitting here like, well, you might want to stick with the hot hand, even if Deshaun's coming back. It's over. The Deshaun Watson experiment is done. It's done. It's done. It did not work. Right? Like, that is when we know that it's over with. And this is not like a Joe Flacco, y'all getting overexcited and carried away with this shit. Kind of like, oh, he has a hot hand thing. Like a legitimate, like, okay, I think we might be a better team with Jameis Winston.
We'll start talking about Joe later. I got some takes about that.
But like, it's Deshaun Watson. So we got to preference this. I'm not talking about anybody on Twitter saying this. Like, I'm saying if I say this, right? Me who has not been so willing to jump into that water. Once you get to that point, okay, it's over with, right? And that's what it had to be for Pittsburgh because they was trying to make this Kenny Pickett thing work, and they had to make a business decision to not play him because Mason Rudolph was playing better in Cole. You know, it's a fucked up part. It wasn't the wrong move.
Not at all.
It was absolutely the right thing to do. So that happened, right? They bring in Russ because I think at that point they realized that happened. Okay.
Like, hey, how much worse would that second Brown Steelers game would have been if they played Mason instead? Oh man, we would have lost. Oh, we definitely would have lost that game.
Yeah, that was Kenny that lost the DTR.
We 100% losing that game. Hey, shout out to you.
Hey, hold on, wait. Talk about Cole. You can't forget that you have the factor of Myles Garrett playing against Mason Rudolph.
Oh, he would have
been. Yeah. Look. The reverse Joey Bosa. The reverse Nick Bosa going on right there, dog. What you mean?
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Myles Garrett rushing against Fox News. You think he ain't about to get? He was already eating in that game. By the way, I believe he had that safety. He had 2 safeties in one drive that they took away from him. Let me tell you something. He would have got the 2, and he would have got Mason Rudolph's helmet again somehow. He got somebody's helmet in that game. Nah, Mason would not have been going in that game. I'm telling you right now, that helmet would have came off, and that quarterback sneak and Miles would have handed it back to him. He's like. No, I don't think Miles would let us lose there. All right, but it would have been a hilarious storyline. Mason Rudolph back there and Steelers fans like he's gonna get his revenge. Who's getting what revenge? Right? Like there is a serious question of who is the antagonist in this situation, and it's not clear cut. Like, especially in Miles's eyes. I don't feel like he views himself as the antagonist in that moment. But yes, that whole hilarious thing aside, they bring in Russell Wilson. Kenny Pickett decides, you know what? I want to go somewhere else. Now, I don't know if this has something to do with Russ. I think Bomani Jones made a great point. He was like, all you had to do was sit there and wait for Russ to suck. And you would have been the most famous man in the city of Pitt. People would have forgot about all that bullshit that you put on the field because you're not Russ. And your hometown hero, Kenny Pickett. Mm-hmm. Easy as come up. We talked about this right here. This Russ thing is a coup. Like, this is just going to start a coup for whoever the backup is. We thought it was going to be George Pickens standing behind Kenny Pickett talking about we need a reinstatement of the old regime. But nah, man, Kenny Pickett had to open his mouth, and a far more hilarious situation has now popped up in its place. So they somehow traded Kenny Pickett, which shout out to the Eagles for trading for him. I have no idea why. Like, can you explain why they would? Don't know why. By the way, I'm telling you right now, 2 teams have traded for Desmond Ridder and Kenny Pickett. This quarterback class is ass outside of the 3 that we've been talking about.
Hold on. Stop right there. Who traded for Desmond Ridder?
Somebody traded for Desmond Ridder. You didn't see this?
Who traded for Desmond Ridder?
I believe it was the Colts. Yeah, but Desmond Ridder got traded for. Yes, your boy, Desmond Ridder, new teammate, Clayton Tune, Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, no. Why?
This quarterback class is ass outside of the 3 we've been talking about. I went to the Senior Bowl. Was not impressed with Penix, okay? Did not see a second-round pick. Wanted to, didn't see it. You know who I definitely didn't see was a second-round pick? Bo Nix. Looked like a 5th-round pick. Only dude that was like, hey, I would spend a 3rd-round pick on was Spencer Rattler. Yes. Spencer Rattler, who I thought was somebody else because he was so damn small, okay? I the only one who thought that. I the only one who came away. Remember, when we were down there in Mobile, what was people saying? Hey, man, Sam Hartman's not that bad. He was practicing on the same team as Bo Nix. And I was like, man, Sam's got something that those 2 don't. Okay. Yes. So teams willing to trade for Kenny Pickett and Desmond Ridder tells me one. This class sucks. They think that this class stinks outside of those 3, right? You got Caleb Williams, you got Drake May, you got Jaden Daniels, and a bunch of dudes nobody wanted to draft in the 2nd, 3rd round. Which is going to bring us to the Brown situation in just a minute. Also, the Steelers traded for Justin Fields, right? You know, they could have waited, got JJ, right? You know, they could have, they don't like these dudes. So, they traded for Justin Fields, and they brought in Justin Fields. And yeah, man, I'm going to tell you this right now, Cole. This shit a coup. This shit is a coup waiting to happen. Like, Russ couldn't be in a more terrible situation for himself, because all Russ got to do is be himself, and he going to start a legendary coup out there in Pittsburgh. They are setting up for a civil war out there in Pittsburgh, dog. Like, he brought in Killmonger. That's what he did, okay? He let Killmonger into Wakanda. That's what happened today.
Why are we calling Justin Fields Killmonger, dog?
Because there's some things that Justin Fields be talking about that be resonating with the people more than it resonates with the very rich Russell Wilson. You know, like, just saying. Feel like Justin Fields, his skill guys gonna like him. His offensive line, they gonna like him, right? He gonna be the people's person. And then we got Russ out here all stoic and shit. You know, don't got no friends in the locker room. We talk about all these dinners he be having with diplomats and shit. Nah, man, that ain't going with the people. They want a champion in these streets. Hey, how did Killmonger take over Wakanda? It wasn't by brute force. It was with a coup. right? He went to the farm. He went to the farm tribe and said, y'all know what it is, man. You know, he don't give a fuck about Wakanda for real. I had to bring you the dude who killed the king. That was me. And that's what Justin gonna be like, hey, man, Russ ain't trying to get you that ball for real. You know, Russ trying to be on TV. Hey, George, I'm the one that gave you that ball, right? I'm the one that throw that thing down. Ask Darnell Mooney about me. And George Pickens gonna be sitting there just like Daniel Kaluuya in Black Panther and be like, yeah, I'm siding with him. They done started the Wakandan Civil War.
Just want to point out really quick. The Wakanda Civil War happening to that fan base. This is going to be the greatest thing we have ever seen. To be on the outside, there's never been a better time to be on the outside looking into the Pittsburgh Steelers than it is right now.
Hey, I can't wait for the first game Justin Fields has as a good game as a Steeler. He's going to have one, right? And George Pickens go to that Instagram story and put up that, is this your king?
I cannot wait.
Is this your king? Oh, that's a mess. That is a mess. That is a 2012 Cleveland Browns mess that they have on their hands at the quarterback position.
The only reason we're not talking about it like that is because it's Pittsburgh.
Oh.
If the Browns did this shit, we would be getting killed.
Y'all traded for a quarterback competition. Like, what? If the Browns did this, Mark Sheriff would be on TV talking about, you know, the importance of having stability in the quarterback room, and you can't have it be a competition because guys pick sides in training camp, and that's just going to create instability in the locker room, right? Whenever the Browns do some shit like this, that's what we get. Pittsburgh doesn't. Well, they're fostering an environment for compatibility. It's like, all right. We know what's about to happen. It's about to be two people on Russ's team in what? How many people on NFL roster? 53? 51 on Justin's. Okay. We about to hear, hey, Cole, over under 5 weeks for that first team meeting. By the way, I'm telling you right now, it is March, right? March 19th, 2:28 p.m. in 2024. I'm telling y'all right now, the first report that you hear about there being a players only meeting is the equivalent to when they forefathers got together and decided that we're going to revolt against the British rule, right? Like, because that first players only meeting, they know Russ not showing up. You know what that meeting for. You know what that meeting's for. It's got to be a change. Okay.
I just want to point out, this is second podcast in a row. We have found a way to get four fathers in there.
Yes. We are a very patriotic show. Look, yes, they will be in there talking about this is our 1776. Okay. The old Steelers will burn, and in the flames and embers will birth the new Steelers regime. They will be in there talking all that dramatic shit, dog, because we know what's about to happen. We know what's about to happen, okay? They about to storm the Capitol. Okay?
They wait until Mason go on to storm the Capitol? That's crazy.
Mason gonna be like, what, guys? Mason gonna be sick.
Oh, now you guys think it's a good idea, huh?
I told you, DEI. Hey, it's about to be a mess. And look, I get it. I know Ohio State fans want the best for Justin Fields. Hey, dog, Justin, I know you wanted this. Why? This is a mess, dog. Like, I don't know who else. Like, it must have been Arizona and the Raiders trying to trade for him that made him say, hey, dog, send me to fucking Pittsburgh. Okay? Because
Honestly, he probably should have went to Las. If I was him, I'd be like, bro, go to Vegas.
No, don't go to Las Vegas. Absolutely not.
Vegas.
They hired Hugh Jackson. Okay.
I always forget.
They hired Hugh Jackson, Cole.
I always forget that.
I don't care what the Steelers do. They did not hire Hugh Jackson. They are not as big of a mess. They hired Hugh Jackson. That is their yes. I think he's the quarterback's coach.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Hugh.
I mean, the Steelers hired Arthur Smith.
No. Arthur Smith won more games in his time in Atlanta than Hugh Jackson's whole career as head coach. Okay, those two are not the same.
Hey, okay, yes, it's a slightly less.
It's not slight. It's not slight, Cole. He won 3 games in 3 years. Okay. With talent on the roster. He had Myles Garrett on the roster. He won no games.
Myles won that Colts game this past year by himself.
Could have won no games. Actually was cool with Greg Williams telling Myles to do one pass rush move. You get the most didn't play Nick Chubb more than 5 carries a game till win? Like, nah.
We can't rehash this again.
Every time I hear about Hugh Jackson, people be like, well, he didn't have talent around him. Yeah, the motherfucker had talent around him. He just didn't play him. Okay? Like, if the Browns were tanking, he was complicit. Okay? Can't tell me some of the decisions they made was about winning, and it was Hugh Jackson that wanted to win. Please stop it. Remember, he tried to lie to us like he wanted Deshaun Watson. Like, no, Andrew Berry wanted Deshaun Watson. You wanted to draft Carson Wentz or some shit like that. Like, go ahead, Cole. Oh yeah, go ahead, Greg.
Real quick before we get too deep into the Browns side of things, we have quite a few super chats about the Steelers situation I wanted to get to.
Yes, sir.
So first one here from Professor Chaos. I get different answers each time I ask this. Who would you rather start, Fields or Wilson? Also, Browns and Steelers fans can finally agree Kenny Pickett is trash.
Man, Kenny Pickett's ass. I'm glad we all on the same page with that. At least we know now. To be honest with you, bro, I think I might start Justin. They're not going to. If it was up to me, I would start Justin.
This is a real easy question to answer if you talk about who do you get. Justin Fields, right? Yeah. But you already got Russell Wilson. So you just gonna have Russ on the bench?
Can't.
You just gonna have him sitting there on the bench the whole time? Nah. You gotta start. Like, it doesn't matter if it probably should be Justin Fields. Because if Justin can't do anything, right? If Justin can't throw the ball, you know Justin can run. You can still get a positive out of him. What the fuck Russ do anymore? He don't do none of that shit no more. So it's like, what you gonna do with that? So, but he's Russ. You can't just bench him. Right. And I know people gonna point to his contract. It don't matter. That man's still Russ. He's still gonna be looked at in the organization as Russ. And you know, the team might not see him as Russ, but you know who does? Ownership. You gotta play him. And that is what's going to tear that team apart.
Another reason I would play Justin, he has a 5th-year option. Like, he has a 5th-year option. I want to see him play football just to make sure we know what we're going to do with that. Because if he just sits the entire time, you're just going to decline the option. He's going to become a free agent. And then who knows, like who knows from there? You know what I'm saying?
Well, we know what's going to happen. If he doesn't get that 5th-year option and then he hits the free agent market with relative no buzz, welcome to the Stefanski pantry, Justin Fields.
I'm fine with that. Literally, yes. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Look. We find out about Andrew Berry moves a year before they happen, right? Jerry Jeudy, Elijah Moore. Who we been hearing a lot about this offseason? Browns trade for Justin Fields. They going to do it this year. No, why would they do it this year? But you know they're going to do it next year.
Hey. All right, we got
Justin just learned the Browns offense right now.
We got another one from Ray Rags. Why did the Steelers trade for Fields when they went to work on an extension with Russ? Fields is on the last year of his deal, and his 5th year is $22 million, and he's not supposed to play this year.
Exactly.
Because there is a clear tuck and pull in different directions on where they want to go at quarterback. See, this is a Cleveland Browns. We've seen this issue before. One part of the team wants to go in this direction. Another part of the team wants to go in that direction. Instead of agreeing on one and working towards one, what happens? We go get them both and see what happens. Because we always think that shit's a good idea, right? How many times have we done this? Oh, yeah, we just go bring back Derek Anderson and Brady Quinn and see what happens. Nothing. Okay? This is a horrible spot because now you got people pulling for this. We want to give Russ an extension. We should move towards this. Probably ownership. Then you got probably like Mike Tomlin being like, well, let's go give Justin Fields a chance. And you got that stress going on. That stress going to trickle down to that locker room. Next thing you know, everybody arguing. The Russ effect. Okay? The Russ effect. This is why teams have paid over $1 million. Not 1 million. My bad. $100 million to have this man play for other franchises. $100 million. I think there's an issue there with that man, and they about to find out. This, I can smell the Eric Mangini Browns. Okay? Like, can't you? Like, don't this smell like the man genius? Like, don't this smell like getting Jake Delhomme and Seneca Wallace? Like, don't this sound like that?
Oh, I hope it goes terribly.
Greg looked like he had a mean flashback right there. Greg's like, oh, not Jake Delhomme and Seneca Wallace.
Yeah, I haven't thought about either of those players in a very long time.
I still don't look at Brian Dable the same, man. Like, I was so shocked to hear that he was still in the NFL. I was like, that dude, I remember that dude. That dude almost made me stop watching the Browns, dog. That's how pathetic they were when he was here. On the offensive side of the ball, we had Josh Cribbs running routes. Like, no disrespect to Josh, but we was out of options, man. Like, we was out of options.
Well, we got another one from Ray Rags here. Bo Nix feels like if Kenny Pickett had one more year of college production.
To be fair to Bo Nix, he's better than Kenny Pickett ever was in college.
Yep, 100%. 100%.
Kenny Pickett should have went in the 5th round. I've been saying this for years. Just because he went in the 1st round, people are like, oh, yeah, his floor is Kirk Cousins. What? What? This man is a 4th round pick. He's a 4th. And guess what? Bo Nix, 4th round pick. He's Kenny Pickett that's going to get drafted where Kenny Pickett should. And he might be a good backup one day. He might be in the UFL. Who knows? It's real random with dudes like that. But Bo Nix is not somebody I'm like, yeah, man, I would ever draft in the 1st round. And they did that shit with Kenny Pickett. And I just would like to address Pittsburgh Steelers fans real quick. Y'all were very mean to me when I was out here telling y'all the truth about Kenny Pickett. You remember this, Cole? Where I'll be out here, like people out here being generous. Oh, he's going to be this starting quarterback. He could be Derek Carr. I was like, no. At best, Kenny Bridgewater, right? Like at best, he's Kenny Bridgewater. Was I wrong? Was I even close to wrong? That was right in the center. Okay, right in the center. Saw that shit, said that shit from day one. I remember people comparing him to all kind of people. And I said we are underestimating his ability to be the Peterman. I would like my apologies. And I want my money back, Pittsburgh fans. I want my money back. Send it in the chat, okay? Just for any of y'all that continue to have spoke with me about my Kenny Pickett opinions as if I wasn't right. Y'all was talking all that cash money shit in August when he had a couple decent preseason games. I didn't move an inch, okay?
Hold on. You can't leave this part out. A couple decent preseason games against 4th stringers.
Mm-hmm. I didn't move an inch. Y'all was out here moving earth for this man. I didn't move an inch. That man went from the preseason god to getting benched for Mason Rudolph and shipped to the Eagles. Hey, they'll never sing your praises if you don't say it yourself. You know. And I just want Pittsburgh fans to know. I knew. Browns fans knew what this was. We seen this. We tried to tell y'all. Y'all think we try to be mean. We out here trying to save y'all from poverty. All right? We don't want y'all to be like us. Mike Tomlin, the only thing saving y'all from that pole line. But y'all want to listen. Hey, continue doing what you're doing, baby.
Well,
First
speaking
time I
of
seen
poverty,
Kenny play, I was like, "That's Cody Kessler. That's Cody Kessler." Black. Black
Did we say this? We compared him to Cody Kessler. We were like, yo, this is Cody Kessler, man. We saw this. We were like telling y'all this. And I don't know. Y'all just biased. Y'all ain't like, look, if there's one thing we know. Okay.
It's ass. It's ass at the quarterback position. We know it.
We've seen all levels. Okay. We done see the ass that'll fool you, the ass that you know you ain't gonna get nothing out of, and the ass is kind of funny to watch because it's such a disaster. Shout out Johnny. Okay. We done ate all 23 flavors like Baskin Robbins. Okay, like of
all
garbage.
20, I was gonna say all 23 flavors of ass.
No, see, that's why I switched it to garbage.
I was about to be like, yo.
No, I caught it before I even said it. I caught it. But yeah. Hey, but Pittsburgh, and that's how y'all want to do. We got more super chats, Greg.
Yeah, another one here from Ray Rags. The 70s saved the Steelers from being a poverty franchise, and they're still eating off of it.
Shout out to former Brown Chuck Noll.
We got
Cleveland native too, Chuck Noll.
Listen, talk about
we got Mike Walk 32 here. The Steelers players are blasting Irish Rebel songs in the locker room by week 5, and Russ will be oblivious as to why.
You guys like Irish music too?
Sounds like a successful coup in the making.
They did. And by the way, Mike, you know what they playing. Mask Off. Okay.
Is Future Irish?
Uh-huh.
We got one more.
They gonna invite Future to the game. Hey, Justin Fields from Atlanta. He might know somebody who knows somebody who could get Future to. Hey, could you imagine Future seeing Justin Fields from Marietta, Georgia, real close to Atlanta? He's like, hey, somebody give me his number. Okay, let me welcome him to the squad.
You know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? As soon as Justin take over, that's when he gonna show up. That's when you gonna see him at the game. As soon as Justin take over, he gonna be there. Watch.
No, it's gonna be like you know what's gotta happen. It's got to be when it's on the edge, right? Where Russ has had a couple bad games, and we're like, this could be the one where he gets benched in the middle, and you just gonna see Russ. You gonna see Future in the stands like this. He gonna be in that Taylor Swift box, just standing there, like, engaged with the game.
We got one last one here on this topic from Ray Rags. I learned a long time ago to not love Ohio State players over the Browns in the NFL because the Steelers love drafting great Ohio State players.
I know. Why can't they ever draft Tommy Togiai?
Right. We always get to be fair, DeJuan Jones looking pretty good. Ronnie Hickman looking pretty good.
They didn't draft Ronnie Hickman though.
We signed him. Undrafted free agent. We signed him. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good. But they get all the great ones.
Brian Robisky.
Oof.
Gave Greg PTSD.
Another name I haven't heard in a while. Back to back with Mohamed Massaquoi.
Oh my God, Greg Little. The squad that would have been pretty formidable if they could only catch the ball.
Oh yeah, Denzel Ward. We got Denzel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We got Denzel. We got some guys. Yeah. Pittsburgh really don't be drafting Ohio State. It'd be Cincinnati will be drafting a ton of Ohio State dudes for real.
Literally, they take everybody from Ohio
because it's cheap. You know, they ain't got to pay for that airfare.
Put them on a Greyhound.
They can ship that shit through USPS. You know, like